Hello and welcome back to the Knowledge Center here at Itron Utility Week. I'm now joined by Randall Whorton, who's the Senior Director of Sales at Sierra Wireless. Randall, thank you for making the time.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a couple of long days, so I know you've been busy, but in those 2 days, there's been a continuing narrative about pushing decision-making to the edge, putting artificial intelligence at the edge, and making the edge work harder, for want of a better word, my words. In order to do that, you need to create the connectivity and the data layer that will enable that. Can you tell us a little bit about how Sierra Wireless are working with Itron on that side of things?
Sure. So yeah, that has been a theme, and one of the things that we do with Sierra, we've been working with Itron for a number of years now, and we focus primarily on embedding cellular technology into various points throughout the grid, right? And that to include those endpoints that have gotten smarter and smarter throughout the years. So what that means is that we've got to have real-time communication. So we've worked with Itron historically to embed at the gateway level and the concentrator level, and now throughout the years that's evolved down to the endpoints. One of the other themes that's been evident at the show is that there will be more done than has historically been done. There will be more use cases than there have historically been, from the standpoint of, yes, they've enabled gas meters, water meters, electric meters, and that's great, but clearly there's a business opportunity well beyond that for enabling. So from the Sierra Wireless standpoint, historically we've been primarily focused on the cellular or standards-based technologies, and one of the things that has been quite exciting over the last couple of years is that now we've evolved our solution set to address some new types of use cases. And we've done that by driving cost out of the products, by driving power consumption out of the products.
That enables the battery
and that
side
from
things, yeah.
Within the context of the Itron use cases, that gets us from where we were, which has enjoyed great success within the electricity business, but now also enabling some of those things in gas and water applications where we can, with our technology, address the necessary life cycle as expected by their customers. So from that standpoint, as they grow into these different types of use cases, I like to think we've done quite a good job of listening to that opportunity and reacting to it, both with our product portfolio. So Itron's working now with the integration of our new Category M1 and NB1 HL7800 embedded module that we're in the process of launching now, and it specifically addresses what we call the 3 C's. So that's improved coverage for different types of applications, decreased power consumption, and optimized cost. So for us, from a strategic standpoint and within the context of this discussion, it gets us in some new types of applications. Again, I think there will be complementary connectivity technologies. So clearly with the acquisition of Silver Spring Networks, Itron's Riva technology before that, I think our technology serves as a great complement for that and can enable them to efficiently and cost effectively address some markets that they couldn't have previously addressed, and just complement those technologies. So we'll see how that works out in the future.
And there's also a lot of talk about latency.
Yeah.
Because the more you move towards real time, the more actually it's less about being able to talk to the device, it's about how quickly can you do it.
Right.
And is that something you're looking at with Sierra Wireless, or does that go to what you're saying, that it's all complementary and together you will drive that latency down?
Yeah, well, it's certain in that respect. I would say that it's sort of those things are sort of table stakes in order to do that. Because if you're Itron, and this is how I think we fit in, you want to make the bearer technology, that is the RF layer, you want to make that sort of magic. We want to probably get out of talking about so much technology and more talk about business outcomes. So to that extent, you know, the LTE technology that we offer provides for that low latency back and forth communication, which makes things look, so in other words, they don't want to go to their customer and say, well, because you're using this RF technology, we can enable this use case, and this cellular technology, you can enable a different use case. No, that's the wrong approach. We have to enable those use cases and make that technology be sort of magic in the middle.
It just seamlessly fit together. But you mentioned a couple of times new applications, and the fact that historically it's been just within the electric network, and now moving over to water and gas, and they've got their own challenges.
Yeah.
But can you bring those new applications to life a little bit for us? Where are you guys going? Either as Sierra Wireless or in partnership as well.
Yeah, so I think the most prevalent one from our standpoint is that starting point of enabling battery-powered devices with our low-power wide area solution. So that's the first context of that comment. Whereas previously enabling exclusively, give or take, exclusively electricity
and that is
applications.
actually, to people watching, that's a big deal, right? Because up until now, that type of mobile communication with the battery, the battery is days, right, and you're done. Whereas in this use case, it's got to be longer.
We've certainly done it, and we're proving it now. Itron is rightfully running through testing and proofs of concept to prove those things, and they and we are quite confident that we've got the technology. It's interesting that one of the things that I think the Sierra Wireless does quite well, and we do this also in partnership with Itron, is we work very much in a leadership way throughout the standardization bodies. And we're at a point in time now, which I think is quite interesting for our technology and in partnership with Itron, which is that this is arguably the first time our technology has seriously contemplated from the ground up. And when I say our technology, I'm sort of referring to the entire cellular ecosystem. Our technology has contemplated those types of use cases. In the past, the cellular technology, as you mentioned, was not so very focused on power consumption, and so it was more focused on your handset application. Well, now with the advent of the Internet of Things, which Sierra Wireless has been playing in for years, those are the types of things that we're representing. And so what that means within the context of this conversation is that there shall be and will be a coexistence of these technologies going forward, which is that our industry, our cellular industry, will certainly continue on the one vein to enable your iPhone and your Samsung device and your high-speed router at home. It will also simultaneously enable these types of applications that are very sensitive to power consumption, very sensitive to cost optimization and things like that. What that also means, and I've actually had a lot of conversations about it here in the last couple of days, is that one of the keys for this business and our, frankly, success in this business is making sure that what we deploy today will be there tomorrow, will be there 5 years from now, will be there 10 years from now. And because of the work that we've done in the standardization bodies and the work that we've done with our technologies, we're building for that coexistence, where it isn't an either or from a network standpoint, whether you support your iPhone or whether you support a gas meter, just to borrow an example, that now we've built technology that will coexist, and we've removed some of the compelling factors for making a change. Technology obsolescence, just to sort of jump on that grenade, has been something that's been a pain point and a headwind for us in this industry. And I think we as an industry, from a cellular perspective, have done a nice job of contemplating, and I would say listening to our customers and listening to Itron and their customers in this context to enable those things. So it's a very exciting time in our space.
And Randall, on that note, we'll leave it because I'm getting signals that we're coming into time, and it's a point well made because this industry thinks long term, and you need to provide solutions that will fit that as well. Thank you very much for watching this interview at the Knowledge Center at Itron Utility Week 2018. Thanks for tuning in.